DraftKings has a lot of exciting offerings and promotions for baseball fans. New customers can receive $200 in bonus bets instantly when they sign up with DraftKings Sportsbook and bet $5. It is the Zach Gelb Show on the Infinity Sports Network. And when we talk postseason baseball, obviously we got to talk to David Ortiz, the three-time World Series champion, the former World Series MVP as well, and a member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, who's kind enough to join us right now on behalf of DraftKings. Big Poppy, thanks so much for doing this. How you been?
All good, all good. How's it going?
Well, it's going great. I'm actually in New York. I live in New York, so I got to be quiet when I say this because fans are still upset to this day. But it is the 20th year anniversary of the '04 Red Sox. We know what you guys were getting ready to participate and do 20 years ago. Down 3-0 to the Yankees. You guys complete the comeback, and then you break the curse, taking down the Cardinals in the World Series. When you look back at that run all these years later, just what are the memories that come back to mind?
Man, I'm telling you, the other day I was having a conversation with a friend of mine and thinking about how difficult it is to bounce back from 0-3, um, especially against the team that the Yankees had that year. I mean, I don't know if you remember the last game out of those three games that we loved, they scored like 18 runs.
Yeah.
It was something stupid. So um, I guess besides, the job that we did to end up bouncing back and winning it was something that turned out to be very special because that's might be one of the hardest things to do. You know what I'm saying? And especially against a team that had the tradition of being good in the playoff and all that. You know what I'm saying? And it was very special moment.
I know it's tough to rank championships, but you've won three of them. But what is your favorite championship if you had to pick one?
They all have their specialties, but I gotta say, breaking the ceiling with the 2004 championship, I think it was something that everybody embraced, everybody was expecting. Remember the 2003 playoff series?
Yeah.
It went similar to like the 2004. Different was that we end up being finished with a one home run that Adam Bunn hit to let us on the field. And in 2004, got real fast. We got there real fast, and the result was different. So I got the memo in 2003 once we lost. I saw everybody suffering. I saw how personal people take it up in New England, and the 2004 was very special. And remember, uh, uh, um, that 2013 World Series, going through the bombing during the marathon and all this stuff, that was like a movie, I would say. And it also has its meaning. But I think the first one, it have an impact just based on the 86 year of waiting, I
I'll
would
tell
say.
you, my favorite individual moment for you, though, was actually the last World Series run in that ALDS game two, because it's one of the great images. You hit the grand slam, you have the officer with his hands up in his air. We know the dedication of Torrey Hunter as he flips over the wall. That was like a scene of something that I've never seen, where you had the officer celebrating as if he was just a regular fan of the Boston Red Sox. It was pretty neat.
It's funny how that went down. And now that you mentioned Tony Hunter is family to me. I mean, we came up in the twin system in the minor league. And I remember when we were playing, I started in Able that year that me and Tori played double A. And
Mhm.
then I came up to double A for about a month. I was just a kid trying to, have fun and play the game. And Tori was the first one who told me, hey, you know what? You're gonna play in the big league this year at some point. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, man, you can hit. That's all I remember him telling me, man, boy, you can hit. I mean, and then I end up playing the big league that year. So me and Tori, we had a great relationship, and I was kind of worried, to be honest with you, for a minute, like you get caught up in that moment where there's a lot going on, but then you also see your boy hitting the fence hard and going over like a batting slam or something like that. And when I was around second, I got kind of worried, but it was a good thing that he was fine and my ball was a home run also.
Big Poppy David Ortiz here with us now. He does a great job with Fox. By the way, DraftKings has a lot of exciting offers and promotions for baseball fans. New customers can receive $200 in bonus bets instantly when they sign up with DraftKings Sportsbook and bet $5. In the AL, the Yankees have the best record. Aaron Judge is having an unbelievable season. We know the Astros are always a threat, and they've been that kryptonite for the Yankees. Do you think this is the year that the Yankees get back to the World Series?
The Yankees had a pretty good chance, especially with the acquisition of my boy Juan Soto. I think the guy had the power to create that balance and a lineup, even having one of the best players in the game, which is Aaron Judge, without a doubt. I mean, I know that Aaron Judge season and Soto's are two different type of season. I mean, the monster season that Aaron Judge have, we definitely cleared the MVP. I don't think anybody can compete with that. But you always need to have that player that give you that comfort, that stability, that give you that leadership, that give you that chemistry, that good chemistry. I haven't seen the Yankees having a chemistry like the one that they have this year in a while. I mean, remember the last time they won a World Series was 2009. This is a different monster. This is a different Yankee team. You know what I'm saying? And I would say this. I think they have a pretty good chance to get through Houston this year. I think
And
they do.
and if they do get through, and if they do find a way in the World Series, we all look at the matchups and the storylines as you know. And in the NL, if we could get Ohtani up against Judge, that would be something. But the Phillies are going to have a thing or two to say about that as well. Who do you favor in the NL? Just wondering.
I'll tell you what, the Philadelphia Philly, man, they are very complicated. They're making everybody life miserable. Their pitching staff, that offense, that defense. I mean, I've been watching the Philadelphia Phillies for the past couple of years. I think they are where they need to be right now, especially with the command of my man Dayton Brosky. That guy is a winner. He know what to get to win. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even gonna talk about Scherzer. I'm not gonna talk about Harper. I'm not gonna talk about Nolan, all those guys. I mean, it seems like they are where they need to be right now. They are healthy. They just whoop everybody during the regular season. They have playoff experience, which it matters a lot. I'm telling you, once you jump on the day to day, right after the season, when you have that playoff mentality, it's a whole totally different monster. So to me, during the playoff, if you don't have playoff experience, it can get very difficult for you to survive during the playoff. And Philadelphia have all that. The Yankees have all that. The Dodgers have all that. So we'll see how that played out. Houston, I mean, the Yankees, you got to think about this. The Yankees have to get through Houston. They have two big challenges. They haven't been able to beat Houston the way they expect, and they have to play against Philadelphia. I would say they're gonna be the matchup during the World Series.
Wrapping up with David Ortiz, let me ask you this because you talked about Judge, how he's going to win the MVP in the AL. We know in the NL it's going to be Shohei Ohtani. If there was only one MVP, who would get the MVP? Would it be Ohtani or would it be Judge, in your opinion?
Man, that's a good one. Uh, the good thing is that there are two MVPs. Okay, so I definitely believe that Otani gonna break the ceiling when it comes down to a DH now winning MVP because it's a one player dimension. But man, uh, Aaron Judge. I mean,
I'll give you the numbers. You know, Judge 322, 58 home runs, 144 RBIs. And Ohtani, 310, 54 home runs, 130 RBIs, but he has the 49 stolen bases. Personally, I think it's Judge, even though what Ohtani's doing this year is just
That's right. That's right.
stupid good.
I agree. I agree. Judge have done something not even. I mean, something that you can even think about it. But for me, the two of them are MVP,
Yeah.
regardless. You know.
Hey, one of my favorite moments from this baseball season, by the way, was when Derek Jeter, you, A-Rod, and Kevin Burkhardt were walking through Monument Park. And you said to A-Rod, when are you going to get a plaque in here? And he goes, Poppy, there's a better chance you get a plaque in here than I get a plaque in here. A-Rod, I know there was a complicated relationship with the Yankees, but a seven-time All-Star, two-time MVP, batted 365 in that run in their last championship. I think it's a joke that he doesn't have a plaque in Monument Park.
You're not kidding, man. You're not kidding. You know, A-Rod. A lot of people don't know how good of a entertainer he is. Uh, but me and A-Rod, we had a great relationship, and we always messing around with each other. And by the way, me personally, I would not come out with uh with something like that. It was basically coming from him. Papi, why don't you ask me this? You know, I was like, really?
Really? He put the ball in
But
the tee for you.
oh man, he put it right there. And I'm like, okay, man. Let me look like the one ass. But at the end of the day, I think he was deserved to be there, uh, um, even with the situation that he had lived. But Abraham matured a lot. He uh, he understand situations better than anybody. But man, he was a monster when he played. So I think he should be, he should be, he should be out there.
Last thing I want to ask you. My favorite pitcher in Major League Baseball right now is Tarek Skubal of the Tigers. And it's unbelievable that they're in the postseason now. They'll go up against the Astros. They'll get the start on Tuesday. You're one of the great postseason hitters of all time. I'm just wondering, how would you kind of approach him if you were in the batter's box? Because he's been great for that team.
I don't know. It's easier for me to make a comment right now than getting it done. You know what I'm saying? But I always have a plan with power pitching. You know what I'm saying? I always have a plan. I always will look to where they feel comfortable at throwing strikes, and I will go for that. But I mean, he's the guy that I'm pretty sure he would try to stay away from me based on my history, and me, I would try to approach him that way because I was able to make that adjustment. If I know you're gonna pitch me away, I will stick with my plan. If I know you will try to come into the cocina, I will stick with my plan too. You know what I'm saying? But
And
he's
you,
great, man. He great. He got what makes him so good is that even being a power pitcher, though, he know how to keep hitter off of balance real well. That's why he has been so successful. And I'm happy. I'm happy that a guy like him has been able to put the Tigers back into the playoff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even if it's a one-game playoff, that probably you know dictate where you're gonna go to. Just to be in a playoff game, I think it's a good sign for the Detroit Tigers.
last thing, by the way, I saw you had the little teacup. I'm a big guy. You're a big guy. I thought you would have a bigger teacup, quite frankly.
Well, this is like, don't let me fool you. This is like my third of the
Oh.
day. So it's like getting a big one and putting different little ones.
Absolutely love it. DraftKings has a lot of exciting offerings and promotions for baseball fans. New customers can receive $200 of bonus bets instantly when they sign up with DraftKings Sportsbook and bet $5. He's Big Poppy on behalf of DraftKings. David, thank you.
Hey, go ahead. Thank you.